Robert. How's it going? What's up, Nee? What's up, girl? Hey, Kathy. Yeah. Happy Thursday, everybody. How's it going? Pretty good? Did you have a good day? Had a good day. What's up, Kimmy? How you doing, girl? I'm so happy to see you. You know what, Karen? I didn't actually, because that was before my hair was natural. So my hair was always down, or, yeah. I did wear it in college, though, all the time. For sure. Karen, okay, so I guess we're celebrating you tomorrow, right? Is that it? Are you available tomorrow? Are you guys? Are you busy tomorrow night? You and Simon doing something? Hi, Mike Johnson. Yeah, because I want to do, you know, a special list for you. Hi, Rachel. Yes. So glad to see y'all. You're available. Okay, so Friday, which is tomorrow, and I'm super excited. Yes, yes. So I guess Miss Eleanor is still in Charleston, and Savannah and having a good time. It's hard not to have a good time in Charleston or Savannah. Yes. Anyway, y'all ready to sing? Here we go. I promised that I never would leave you. It's funny how the seasons change, and the more that I try to forget you, it's funny how things stay the same without a rhyme or reason. When I look into your eyes, I know that I found forever. No hiding, no disguises, reunion of souls, of mind, of space, of my every place. I look and I see your smiling face everywhere, constant reminder of everything I want to be, who I am, how with you I can be free. I love you, Michael Mitchell. I miss you, Michael Mitchell. Yes. And every time I hear a certain someone sing, I think of you and your extraordinary piano playing. Then I get all misty. Okay, Baron. So y'all, my friend Baron, right? Okay, first of all, he's one of the funniest people I know. And when I first met him, I thought he was all quiet. He's always stirring up some shit, right? So the latest is, he was like, please notate the first part of Sanford and Son. Y'all, the answers on his page have me dying. David Pilgrim's answer was the funniest thing ever. Hey, Tony West, what's up? So, you know, it varies between people had all of these hilarious pronunciations and spellings. And every time I would sing it, I was like, yeah, it's that. No, wait, no, it's that. So anyway, it's good to see you. Hi, yay, hi, Terry, hi, Mom Judy. Hey, Colleen, what's up? Oh, y'all doing well? Okay, yes, I was halfway through the song, but you know, so easily distracted by, you know, squirrel. Yes, yes. You know, when I was younger, my mother used to say, I hope you get one that's just like you. And I was like, well, since I'm not having any children, I don't think that's going to happen. I got 3, and they all have the best and worst of me. Yes. Yes, that part. So, yeah. Anyway, here we go. Sometimes the truth is painful, but a leap of faith is all it takes. close your eyes, don't get discouraged. Spread your wings and just let the winds of change blow free. Just believe they will hold you if you dare to close your eyes and soar free. Let me tell you something, right? Mothers are always right. I remember, oh my God. So I remember this one time, a friend of mine called. She was like, hey, do you and your mom want to go shopping? And I was like, where are y'all going? And she was like, oh, well, you know, we're going to Fashion Island. And my mother was like, first of all, her children are bad. I was like, Mom. And she was like, no, her children are bad. And I was like, but, she was like, no, I'm not going. I said, okay. And she said, and you'd be a fool to go. What kind of fool am I? Right. The kind that went. I called my mother from the bathroom when I got away from the kids. And I just said, sometimes your mother is right. Sometimes your mother is right. Because I couldn't like give it all up and be like, you know what? You're right all the time. Listen, there have been several sets of children that I have had to school at the mall. Yes, about how you sit down and you behave because, you know, my mother had us in check. When we went with her, it was like, right. Anyway, so that was one of our standing jokes. I'd be like, sometimes the mother is right. And she would laugh and laugh. Damn near every time, Tony West. You know, the only thing she wasn't right about was me being in music. And some days I'm like, well, it could have been a little easier if I had gone to Meharry and married the doctor like I was supposed to. But no. Become a doctor like I was supposed to. But no. I think it all worked out perfectly. Yes. Right. And I did get 3 mini-me's. Hey, Michelle. They have the best and the worst of me. Yeah, you know, the middle one, the wig snatcher, right? That used to be me. I couldn't keep my mouth closed. If it came up, it came out. That part. I'd like to think I'm like Riley too, 'cause she's the kindest, sweetest thing and always says the right things, but that's only occasionally. And then there's Frankie, devil may care Frankie, no limit soldier Frankie. I'm gonna get it all today, and then I'll sleep and rest up so I can do some more tomorrow. Frankie, yes. Karen, seriously, girl, seriously, I try, I really do try. My mother would be like, must you tell everything? Yes, mother, I must tell everything in full detail. Yes, yes. Because nobody would actually believe that any of those things happen because they're so fanciful and crazy. Yeah, so, yeah, no, listen, no. Nope. They were bad. They were bad because their mom just let them run wild. Okay, I said it. It's out there, right? So, yes. And then, yes. And she was like, I told you. And she did tell me. There was nothing I could say. Hi, Rachel. The other Rachel. I love that we have 2 Rachels. And they're both amazing. Yes, yes. All right, y'all ready to get free? This is my hour to get free. Free, free, free. My soul is free, free. My soul is free, free. My soul is free. They're grown now. They live to adulthood. I think one of them just graduated and 2 of them are still in college. Girl, they were on the prison track. I don't know what happened. Perhaps the Lord stepped in and saved them from themselves. Yes. I mean, you know, Marin and I weren't bad because my mom was always, well, okay. My mother watched over me like a hawk. Marin got to do everything. I'd be like, why is he getting to do oh, because he's a boy. Anyway. AT, what's up, girl? All right. Okay, so I know a couple of you have had a shitty day, right? Whew. Right. But you know what? Just like everything else, it's cyclical. Oh, listen, I know Marin was always involved in shenanigans. He used to tell people, he'd be like, oh, she's the good one. And I'd be like, what do you mean by that? And now I hear the stories. And I'm like, dude, you said that to mom? He's like, yep. Are you kidding me? Like, he would just flat out lie. Listen, I saw him when we were at Howard. He must have had, I don't know, 3 or 4 girlfriends at one time. And one of the girls came up and, yeah, he liked the bad girls for sure. This little girl came up and she was like, Marin, I saw you. How could you do that to me? How could you be at the dorm? And he was like, that wasn't me. I was home with my sister. I was like, he was like, it wasn't me. Shorty came in and she caught me red-handed on the kitchen floor. I wasn't gonna do that. I just don't even know all the words. Anyway, that was his thing. It wasn't me. And I was like, dude, he argued with this woman for about 5 minutes and she was like, he was the original Shaggy, for sure. And then finally the girl was like, well, maybe it wasn't you. And I was like, and he was looking at me like, listen, Marin was, okay. So when we were at Howard, some people thought we were twins. And I was like, okay, no, I'm older than he is, really. Other people thought I was his girlfriend. And so when a woman would come up, you know, would be making eyes at him, he'd be like, and push me out of the way. And I was like, you have one more time to do that shit before you get knocked out. Seriously. I'm just saying. If they can't look at you and me and tell that we are related, then they are too dumb for you to be with. And he was like, that's my point. I like them dumb. And I was like, dude. He was like, I don't want to be with anybody that's like you or my mother. And I was like, okay, well, let's see how that works out for you. If by being like our mother you mean taking care of everything and everybody taking care of all the bills and everything. For those of you who knew my mother, she took care of everything and everybody, and even things that didn't know they need to be taken care of, and all her students and the house and the car, everything. Yes, none of them were like me or my mom. And I teased him about that later. I was like, dude, look at you. And then when he moved in with me, I was like, look who you're with now. Me and your mom. Even though mom is a ghost in the house, she's still there. And he was like, he was asking me something one day and he was like, you're scared of mom? And I was like, yeah, duh. And he was like, me too. I was like, I know. And now it's even worse. Just saying. Anyway, what a life it's been. We really miss that dude. But every day something comes up and we have a good laugh about him and my mom and dad. So, you know what's crazy, y'all? So, Riley and Frankie are born on my parents' birthdays. And Mary's the day after mine. So it's like 2 Leos and now 2 Virgos. Can you imagine? Oh, honey. Karen, you haven't lived until you see them fight in real life, in real time, with shoes and Vaseline and taking off their earrings. Or, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. This was my mom's favorite story. So sometimes I would call my mom, right? And she'd just start singing spirituals. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. I was like, Mom, nobody knows but Jesus. Mom, where are you going? I said, well, what happened? Okay, so anyway. Okay, this is what I will say. One of his girlfriends got in a trunk of a car that he was driving. He drove over to the other woman's house. She waited a while in the heat, in the trunk. And I was like, dude, he's making me cough. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Yes. So my mother had called to tell me about the aftermath. I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, you got one that's not like me or my mother. In fact, you got two. And they were fighting with each other. I'm just saying. Yes. Anyway. Later, I had no idea. I was like, well, clearly. He said I didn't know she was in the trunk. Well, okay, first of all, I'd be afraid that the trunk wouldn't open, that the emergency thing wouldn't hatch itself, and I'd be stuck. And 2 days later, people would be like, what's that smell in your car? Is something dead? Yeah. The girlfriend in your car. Duh. Anyway, yeah, that was a I have seen many a woman fight over him and just been like, are you kidding me? Whew. Yeah, that, right, who's doing that? Who's getting in somebody's trunk? Let me tell you what I'm not gonna do. If you see me in somebody's trunk, they put me in there. And I was probably hogtied and drugged. I'm just saying. Anyway, but he certainly kept us laughing with his shenanigans. Okay, brother, I'm stop talking about you. Just know that we miss you and all your jokes. All right. You know, it's funny how, like, sometimes my opening song turns into an opening, right? Can you imagine? Oh my God, rear-ended. Whoa. Listen, yes, my mother would sing spirituals. It was the funniest thing ever. And she was so earnest. Nobody. No, I was like, So, and yes, Karen, he did like the bad ones. And the crazy ones. Like, sometimes it just felt like the crazier, the better, right? Because the nice girls, no. See, Robert, Thank you. Right? Come on. Shega Benjivaka Kalma Sumi Mochi Juvina Dosita Jurina Vayara Papara Vayara Vayara Papara Vayara Vayara Papara Vayara Sabi mi provocar desi mi domina mi ania y me guia mamonia pra mi acabar mia sina gana suicida mochi Julia dosi tangerina Vayara Vayara Papara. Is there anything besides bad Portuguese? I think mine is getting better, only because I'm doing it every day. Camara lenta campagna de osso ci contro meu a gota de seiva dos ninguém me faz valor que você é minha cara na tua nuca daqui no largo nunca mais. It's getting better. Mia sina gana suicida mochi juvina dosi tangerina Vayara Vayara Papara Vayara Vayara Papara Vayara Vayara Papara Vayara Vayara. You know, it's so funny you say that, Michelle, because I feel that too. Like, I feel him all the time. It's so funny. But when I was packing up my apartment in New York, I found the first screenplay that he wrote, and he was like, "Oh my God, you still have that?" And I was like, "Of course." So, you know, at some point, I think he would be fine with his stories being told, you know. And now that my mom's not here, you know, it would probably just be fine. Right. He would have cut the signal. Exactly, Robert. Or my mom would have, for shame, right? Yes. So, and then I found he would love it actually. I found a book that I had sent him about writing screenplays. And yeah, so I found it and then found a piece of his screenplay in it. I was like, oh, okay, I got it. But yeah, we miss that dude for sure, because I mean, for those of you who knew my brother, like, he was one of the kindest people in the world, but he was also just hilarious. Just, you know, super funny. So, yeah. Anyway, let's see. How y'all feeling tonight? Is there anything anybody... I know I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna. Is there anything anybody wants to hear? Like, any requests? He was homecoming. Yes, he was totally that, Karen. He was homecoming president. He was also, he was ASB president too. At first he was vice president, and then something happened to the president, and then he became ASB president. We both were. Oh, yes. Okay, so I'm going to do Merman and Wings and Starfish and Coffee. Yes. All right. Last night, swimming in the moonlight, I saw a merman swimming out to sea. Softly. Swim with me. You know you've been searching for me for all my life, and I've been watching you every night. And baby, make sure be afraid of the water. It's not that deep. I won't let you drown unless it's in my own sadness. I'll watch you as you sleep to make sure you stay afloat. And then someday soon there'll be 3 or 4, maybe swim with me. He said, I said, I know I'm not coming over there. It's not safe in the water. Besides, I'll mess my hair up. I haven't got time for you tonight. But then the sand between my toes started pulling, as if I were being bold to see. You see, I felt like I was going backwards to the tides, taking hold of me, and there he was, this merman, swimming in the sea. He took my hand and we swam among the waves, and the moonlight full and sweetly played dances on our heads, and I sang to him on a rock, as any siren would, as any siren would. You know, I sang to him. I thought the merman was in love. It's fun to play with a merman. You never know what you might get, and most of the time it seems that all you get is wet, drenched to the soul, and then you can't dry off. Suddenly you're old and so is everything he says to you. You don't believe him anymore, and still only 2 and 2 is not enough. There needs to be at least 3 for the divine. But I swam at sea that night. Now I don't go to the beach, I'm afraid scared to swim. But then it only gets hotter as my feet slip in again, steam rising to the sky. Then look, it's a merman, and he's swimming up to me. And I think that maybe this time he could be the one for me. You know what they say, all mermen aren't alike. Okay, y'all having trouble? Okay, I'm gonna go out and come back in, okay? I'll be right back.